Hello everyone, good evening and good day. Yeah, once again welcome back to my channel. So this evening I just brought a quick update to you all. So today, before we begin, if you are new to this channel, I would like you to subscribe, and then those who are already here with me, thank you for being with me all this while. So I'd urge that every video I post, if you really enjoy and you learn from, kindly give me a thumbs up. All right. I have some information for you guys. So as I said in the other video, that I'm going to begin afresh for everyone who doesn't know how to trade. You have been told about Forex trading and then you don't know where to begin from. So this is an opportunity for you. I'm going to start a new lesson for beginners, and this is going to be a one-on-one teaching and tutorial. It's going to be free. So if you are new here, I would like you to check in the description box below, join the WhatsApp group, and then we'll take it from there. And then also, if you are new, if you are not new but then you find it difficult understanding the principles that I'm teaching here, I think it will be better and it will be expedient you also join, so we all be on the same level whenever I bring out the tutorials. All right, so quickly let's go into today's video. Today I want to bring to you a brief analysis of volatility 75, and then we are looking at how the week is going to go. So this is just the beginning of the week. We are beginning a fresh week. And then for those of you who watched the previous video I posted, I'm going to add some more flesh to the video I posted, and this information I believe is going to also guide you and help you in your future execution of trades. All right, okay, so let's go. So last time, what I said in the previous video, if you have not watched the video, you can also go back and watch it, just to also keep you abreast with this video. So I showed you an entry point where you can execute trades on this asset pair volatility 75. We saw an area, a fair value gap resting in somewhere, and my normal expectation was that we're going to delve deeper into that fair value gap, and then we take that trade. And yes, price actually traded into that area, and then it did what it was supposed to do, and we are trading above that level as at now. So if you had executed that trade, you would definitely be in profit. And for those of you who have followed me for some couple of time back, I've told you that anytime we set stop losses below a low, we give it a room of at least 2 to 5 points. On volatility 75, we give it a room of at least 2 to, so we don't set our stop loss very tight below the just on the lower price point, but rather we give it at least some 2 to 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 pip away from it. Okay, so if you set your stop loss, let's say somewhere around this area, I'll say that yeah, you are good to go. Okay, all right. So quickly, price traded into this area. So for those of you who just execute trade when you see price reaching your target areas, you may be mistaken. Okay, so today I'm going to give you one real truth and one real secret. So look at this fair value gap resting in here. When price traded into it, what is the telltale sign that you have to execute or take the trade? Now we go down to a smaller time frame, 1 hour time frame. Basically, we take the trade on a 15 minutes time frame, but let's look at 1 hour time frame first and foremost before we go down to. So on the 1 hour time frame, what do we see here? Clearly, when price traded into this area, we were expecting to see some sort of structure shift for us to conclude that price had really want to reverse in this area. So watch this. When price traded into this area, we saw a little bit of sign that showed there was a more of like a structure shift on the 1 hour time frame. But then we were not ready to take trades anywhere in this area. Why? Because if there's a structure shift here, if there's a structure shift happening here, we would rather expect price to trade into the main threshold of this particular order block here, and we expect the reversal, which hasn't met yet our requirement of filling the fair value gap. Okay, so we still see this area as a low that price was going to read. So this was a short-term low that was taken, but it didn't take down this other high here. Okay, so it took down the short-term low and then it rallied with it, traded and delved deeper into the fair value gap and rallied above again, came down here. So where we had the confirmation that we have rather shifted structure is this side. So for those of you who are not familiar with breakers and then mitigation blocks, so this was a clean mitigation that was formed here. Okay, so instead of price dipping deeper and then continuing to a certain point and it continues, it rather doesn't go further. It delved into this fair value gap resting in here and then it rallied up and took down the high. So thereon we know that there has been a shift in the structure. Price retraces back into an area of interest and then it rallies back up. Okay, so this is a confirmation. We don't just, when we see that okay has traded into the fair value gap, we buy inside the fair value gap. No, we don't do that. What we see, we wait for to execute traders. We want to be sure that price really wants to go back into that direction. So that should be a break of structure and then the reversal into the ultimate trade entry before we go into the sky. So watch this. Let me go down to or let me use my fib retracement to show you something in here. So watch this. So price retraced into ultimate trade entry and then our first scaling off has happened already. Then we are here. We are looking for a target in here. The ultimate target is higher than this. Well, we are looking for something higher, not just this. Okay, so this is just by the way to show you our ultimate trade entry. Now let's go down to our 15-minute time frame so that I show you clearly. So my entries are always on the 15 minutes time frame and the 5 minute time frame. Okay, why are you saying 15 minutes time frame? Because it gives me more clearer picture of the market. Okay, so nicely you could see what happened here on the 15 minutes time frame. I noticed there wasn't anything like structure shift. I was seeing more of a consolidation, or price was doing more accumulation here. Then I saw the manipulation into the downside. So I was waiting for the structure shift on the 15 minutes time frame, and this was what happened. Watch it here. It traded this way and then it took down the high resting in here. Automatically I noticed that we're good for a reversal into an area of interest or an ultimate trade entry, an OTE, and then we skyrocket into the sky. You scale off your first profit, you wait for another. So this is basically what happened. This is the video that I posted on why we were looking to see that price should come into this area and then we execute a trade. So when we say price is coming into this area, yes, you could have even sold into that area because it was an expected region where price was supposed to drop into. All right, so that is basically what happened on the price on the market a few days back as we gave you an update. Now let's look at our way forward within this week. What are we expecting? What's the expectation for the week? What's the expectation for the week? All right, so now that we've seen price delve deeper into this area, um, what we necessarily expecting is that as price has traded into this fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame, and this particular area acting as an order block, you know, we are expecting price to, as it has closing on this small fair value gap, I'm expecting it to also reach into this fair value gap, at least the mean threshold of this fair value gap in here. You can scale off around this area, but ultimately my target is on this high. If we take down this high, so always work with the if we take down this high, I'm expecting that we go in for this high in up here. All right, what is the worst scenario? What is the opposite scenario? The opposite scenario is if we don't want to, if price is not willing to continue to the upside, we are looking at price not even closing in on this fair value gap at all, and then we see a reversal back into the downside. Should price take this low resting in here, then ultimately we are looking for a downward movement. Should price target this low, then we look for a downward movement. But as it stands now, we have some bullish movement. Price has traded into this area, and then we are looking at, so last time I showed you that there was a fair value gap beside this H4 fair value gap. There's another fair value gap resting in here. Let me quickly show you that fair value gap. So there was one here, which is now an inverted one. Okay, so from this area to this area was a fair value gap that price had traded into. So should price trade away from that, then we are going to certainly say that it is going to be a support level to push price higher. All right, so basically that is what we are expecting to happen on the market for volatility 75. All right, a few people are also interested in knowing the update for volatility 100. So let's jump to volatility 100 and see a quick update of what is also transpiring on volatility 100. So you can see that volatility 100 is still heading down, as I told you the last time. This is on the daily time frame. We could see that it's still heading downwards. We are still in a bearish market. All right, I wish I could show you all this on MT5 so that I could push the time frame to the weekly for you to see a clearer picture, but this is what we have now. Price had already traded into on the monthly time frame. Price had already traded into an order block, a monthly order block, and I was expecting price to rather drop down further into the mean threshold of that monthly order block before we have the further push up. Okay, so clearly we are still on a bearish movement. So this in as much as this low is swept, so automatically tells you that this high in here is a short-term low which was raided and it couldn't take down this high, so we're looking for a downward movement. So this area acted as the order block, and then we are still heading down. So I'm expecting some lower prices on volatility 100 in as much as we are going into the mean threshold of that particular order block. On the weekly, I believe that there are some fair value gaps resting below that price has to quickly grab before we look at the higher prices up there. Okay, so you could see clearly we are still on a bearish trend. All right, that is on the H8 on the 8-hour time frame. You could see clearly that we're on the bearish market. So to speak, we are also on the 4-hour time frame. You also see the same thing. So you should always have in mind internal liquidities. Price is always sweeping the internal liquidities, resting above, resting below. So you swept up, it came to sweep the liquidity resting below. So the buy side liquidity is taking sell side liquidity is also taken as quickly as that. All right. So basically, that is the update that I have for you with volatility. It's 100. So we are looking for lower prices, but I'll give you update on if there's a clean entry to be taken. We will consider that, and then we'll see our way forward. So can you see a fair value gap resting above here? In as much as we're expecting lower prices, should price, I mean, rally into this area? What do you think? If your stops are going to be above this area and then you execute a trade inside this area, always be sure that you are taking a trade on a smaller time frame and being sure that it is showing a willingness to reverse back, and which is, if on a smaller time frame like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, you are seeing some sort of price retrace here and then you are seeing some sort of breaking structure down, then quickly you find your ultimate trade entry, execute the trade, and then you rally with the market. Okay, so that's all I have for you tonight. So I wish you all the best in your trading experience. So as I said, if you are new, I'm organizing a class for those who are very new to the market, so you can join for free. There is no fee for anything. All right, you can join for free. So I'll put the link to the description below, and those of you who are also on Telegram, I'll put my Telegram link below. You can join and then enjoy whatever we have for you. So wish you all the best in your trading experience. Have the best of the week. See you in the next video.